Hi everyone, this is Shauna Charosa, RAYAC's Executive Officer, and this is my desk. In this monthly video cast, we go over questions that are coming across my desk every single day so we can have much smoother real estate transactions here in York and Adams counties. And the topic that I want to address today is showing etiquette. My phone lines have been burning with complaints from sellers and listing agents about bad behavior that is happening during a showing of the property. So, let's just talk a little bit about the professional courtesies when you are showing a home. So as a buyer's agent, many times you will be scheduling that showing and notifying the listing agent through some type of showing service that what time you'll be arriving at the property. And you'll get that approval through the showing services. But we know that things come up. So sometimes it may be that you scheduled that showing, you had another emergency come up, and perhaps you're asking another agent in your office to take over that showing on your behalf. Well, in those cases, the professional courtesy would be to contact the listing agent to let them know that, yes, I, Shauna Charoso, set up the showing, but so-and-so in my office is going to be taking over that showing for me. They're the ones who are actually going to be showing the house, just so that there isn't any surprises. Because many times we are seeing that the sellers are watching you through those Ring doorbell cameras, etc. And if the person who scheduled the showing isn't the one who showed up at the showing, there can be some cause for concerns. So, any changes in the showing? Please notify the listing agent so they know exactly who is going to be going through the property and at what time. Second thing is when you are showing the property to the buyers, you should not be leaving the buyers go through the property unchaperoned by you. I've received several phone calls with concerns from sellers who indicated that either the buyer's agent was hanging out on the front porch the entire time during the showing and wasn't accompanying the buyer while they went through their personal home. Those things shouldn't be happening. You are being entrusted as a realtor with those sellers' most prized possession, their home. And you have a responsibility to ensure that during that showing you are leaving that property the way that you found it. So you should not be allowing buyers to go through that property unattended. And a huge no-no would be to give the buyers a code to a lockbox combination and letting them go through the property without you even being present at the property whatsoever. That's going to get you into trouble with both the potential code of ethics violation and even maybe potentially a lockbox violation as well. So when you are there as a buyer's agent, you need to make sure that you are going through the property with the buyers as well. 3 is I would suggest limiting the number of people who are going through the showing of the property. So if someone's third cousin twice removed just wants to tag along, but they aren't going to be living in the home and they aren't going to be buying the home with that potential buyer, what is the necessity to have them go through that property as well? Because what we're hearing is there could be a potential where the buyer, the actual buyer of the property, might be distracting the buyer's agent and discussing issues with them in one part of the home, while the other person who they brought along as that third cousin twice removed to go look at the property is wandering around the home without the buyer's agent being present. And there always is concern when someone is wandering through the property without the buyer's agent being present with them in all of the homes. So it could be a suggestion, while it's great that your cousin has a stake in the house that you might buy one day, maybe we just limit these showings to you and the pre-approved buyers who are actually going to be going through the property and purchasing the home potentially. So when you are doing those showings, keep in mind that this is a seller's most prized possession. This isn't the time during those showings where you are going to turn on major appliances in the property. If the buyer actually has an offer accepted on the property, there will be a time where you can get an inspection, and that inspector will test those major appliances on your client's behalf. Those things shouldn't be happening during a general showing. We had, a nightmare situation happen here not that long ago, where in August, buyers turned on the gas fireplace on the property, and then the buyer and the buyer's agent couldn't figure out how to turn off the gas fireplace. And it is August and it's 90 degrees outside and the air conditioning is running in the home. And oh, by the way, the home is vacant and the sellers of the property no longer live locally. So there we have a situation where we have the gas fireplace running, the air conditioning running, and it's 90 degrees outside and some very, very unhappy sellers who should have never had to deal with a buyer turning on the gas fireplace on their home during a general showing. So please keep your hands off those major appliances as you're doing your general showings. There will be time to test out those products during an inspection if it is elected when you're putting an offer in on the property. So I hope those 3 tips are helpful to you. And if there's ever any topics or issues you would like me to address in this video cast, please feel free to reach out to me because my doors and ears are always open to you. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.